and the hookup. So I think there's two different camps on that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
But I think the majority of it's what you're saying. It's the hook me up culture.
You there?
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm here.
There we go. There we go. I just make sure my audio was. No, so it is. It is two different. It is two different camps, man.
Yeah.
But it ain't. But it ain't
Well, I think the one
like
camp's a lot heavier than the other for sure. You know what I mean? The hook,
yeah.
it's the hook me up culture because I get it all the time. Especially with Jay. Why is that?
All
Why
right.
is he?
Not to cut y'all up. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm gonna let y'all go. Your show started. Here we go. But keep the conversation going. I'm gonna tune right back in. That was really dope. Hold on one second. One second.
Live from Los Angeles.
Yo. What's good? What's good? What's good with it? What's good with it? It's your man, man. It's your favorite marketer, man. What's up, man? It's free game Sundays, man. Live on popular Biz Entertainment Network, man. I'm blessed to be here
Yep.
with guest co-host, Mr. Todd Smith, man. How you doing, Todd?
Bro, I am doing fabulous as always, man.
Oh yeah, man. That's
Here
great.
with you.
Oh man, everything is good, man. Just coming to another Sunday, man, where I'm saying I spend an hour or two of my time, man, and chop it up about things going on in and around the music and entertainment business, man, on a high level. You know what I'm saying? We keep it real here on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Taking our time to talk about artist situations, answer a lot of questions. Most of this show is based on questions that I get throughout the week. Where it be my social media. That's mostly where people find me at is my Instagram, J Adams WCH, West Coast _ Heavies, and that's HEAVIES, and my Facebook, J Adams WCH. That's where people mostly find me and ask me all kinds of questions. A big question this year. I mean, this week has been what's going on with Spotify and what's going on with artists and their streams and some artists getting their songs kicked off of Spotify. Why is that?
Mm.
So yeah, man, it's an awesome question. So what we're gonna talk to today, man, I want to get into it first, man, because we're doing this in the back studio, man, backstage talking about this, and it's a crazy topic because I deal with it a lot as a marketer. Nobody wants to pay for nothing. That's just
Right.
the game. When I went to school for it, it wasn't even a focus of mine whether people were paying for it or not. I really didn't think about it like that. Anybody who knows my marketing background, how it started with Puffy. Friend of mine, Rhonda Ridley, good friend of mine, is a publicist. We had did, I always forget the big gospel project out here. I always forget it. It's been so many years ago. This was 2003. But she used to, Jeff Ferguson was Puff for years. I think Jeff is still with Puffy. But they used to go to church together in New York. So he's chief financial officer of Bad Boy Records and became one of my mentors. So everything Puffy did, I did because Puffy made money. So when Puffy got into marketing, this is before Ciroc, I got into marketing. So basically in 2003, I wanted to go run my own label. And I sent out a package to my friend at Magnus Marketing in Pasadena, California. And long story short, when he hit me back, it was $4,500 a month.
Mm.
I quickly did the math. Damn, if I can get 5 clients at $4,500 a month, oh man, I'm making good money. Because back then I was still thinking, I've always been that kind of person, I guess. I was telling an artist and her mother last night, I've always been the forward thinking type of guy. So I never thought I'd be rapping forever.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2003. I didn't know my rap career was going to end in 2004, but look how God was preparing me. So the next chapter of my life became marketing and then management. So for me, it's never been about what I'm getting today, black artists, white artists, Asian artists, who pays, who doesn't pay. For me, it's just about I try to stay away from non-business minded people that don't understand value. You don't go sit down to a mortgage broker knowing god dang well you didn't look up the house you wanted. I look up houses all the time. I know what 20% of $1,000,000 is. I know what 20% of $900,000 is. $800,000 house. You evaluate, you know what I mean? So it's like before you get to the mortgage officer, you know, you're going to have your W-2s, proof of income, all of that stuff, man. So I really just get caught up in business, man. This is business. What I do is business. I'm a marketer. I do the same thing every other marketer does at any other record label. But a big thing that we are dealing with, and Biz brought up a big situation that he was just dealing with on one of his other shows, one of his the Gas Mask Tribe show. So Todd, let's get into it, man.
All
When we
right.
talk about the homie hooked me up, I'm gonna get a little feedback from you before I go on my rant about it because I have a real problem with it. But the homie hookup, man, you know, you being a producer, you making beats.
Right.
How often do you run into that?
I run into it a lot, especially when it comes to the business end of it. When I tell somebody how much I want for a beat, they're like, "Oh man, you charging $250 for a beat? Man, you should just let me hit that real quick because I'm the next big thing." You know what I mean? I get that a lot. Or won't you hook a brother up? I get that a lot. Well, if I'm paying 250, can I get like 10 beats? Like, no, 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 and no. It's all business. I mean, I don't necessarily know the color of the person's skin to know if they're white or black, but I have in the past dealt with both types of artists. And I will say the white artist I had dropped bread on himself, although not very smartly. Like some of the stuff he was doing wasn't very smart. Like as far as features and paying for, the beats and stuff he was paying for. And I got a black artist that spends a lot of money on himself, but I got a lot more black artists that hit me up wanting free stuff, and I got a lot, white dudes that, will they may not buy the commercial license, but they'll buy the lease. You know what I mean? But they're
Right.
still paying. But I get a lot of hook me up, do this for free. A lot of the situations I bring into with you with marketing is I'll get, oh man, wise bro, that's your man, right? Yeah. Why is he trying to charge me? If that's your man, why is he charging? Well, that's my man, but he's also got a family to feed and a business. You know what I mean? So that's why he charges. That's why I charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of pisses me off some. But it's the hook me up culture, man. It's the guys doing that are the same dudes that roll through the drive through that their dude works at. Oh man, let me get that 12-piece bucket for free, or you know, throw some extra biscuits in there for me or something.
Yeah, the sad part about it is, man, like Biz a lot of times, man, and I don't know if it's because we've been around each other for a while now, but
Mm.
his conversation always be on point. Like I've been going through the same thing. I mean, I go through it all the time. I think the real reason why I mean, it's kind of relevant to what we're doing right now, to be honest. Like the real reason why I'm podcasting right now. I mean, and not running my full-fledged record label right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of am doing both now. But in February, when I sat down with Biz and we talked about this, I really had a marketing meeting with my team. And I was like, okay, right now, I'm the brand. You know, I'm the marketer. I got the success. I got the resume. I was fighting with a lot of my artists at that time about understanding marketing, investing in themselves. Man, look, I'm 20 years in the game in marketing. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have time to teach somebody, man, and mama forgive me, but what the fuck they should already know. Like, if you are in your 30s, first of all, you're old as fuck in the music business, number one. You still can make it, but you're old as fuck, number one. And number two, if you don't know about marketing, you really should get the fuck out of the business. And that's just where I'm at with it now. If you don't understand that making music ain't shit if you can't sell it.
Right.
So I was having that meeting with myself. I was like, why am I trying to convince individuals of what I know, that I've been doing for 20 fucking years? You know what I mean? So it was like when I looked at all of this, all of my artists are black, you know, and it's like Biz is a blunt motherfucker, man. If you know Biz, because I
Right.
was
Yeah.
politically correct. Because I have these conversations with myself, but I really don't have these conversations that we're having now publicly. But I
Right.
tired of this shit. I'm willing to have it public because I ain't lying when I say when I was doing stuff with In Grooves Universal. Won't mention the label because we're not really cool right now. But their best artists then were Russians. Was a group out of Russia. I've always done better when the mom and dad or the dad invested, and I've dealt with kids with
Mm-hmm.
19 or 21. I really don't do good with grown ass people that have to fund themselves because they don't understand fucking business. So it was a Russian family that we did best in, and we charted with them. I mean, anything we asked the dad for to pay for, whether back then it was still CDs, we need to throw up a blog, we need to throw up a press release. Dad would do it. My other biggest artist was a girl named Natalie. Um, Let me read this. Artists, neither is winning. The record labels are true winners. They are making the real money. I want Biz to elaborate on that. I really don't understand that question right there.
I don't either.
But anyways, my biggest artist has been a young girl named Natalie out of Israel. Again, not black. Um, Singer. Anything I asked her dad for, it wasn't no hesitation, man. Dude was rich. He's a rich doctor. So I always tell marketers like me, it's about where you fish. It's the reason why I pay for an office in Beverly Hills. I don't have meetings unless we're meeting in my office in Beverly Hills. We can get on my phone and talk. But there's a reason why I invest that money to be in Beverly Hills. It's because in LA, when you know the business, like I've worked PR in Los Angeles, and when you work PR with stage plays, music labels, and you're doing projects, when you realize when you're sending out information to production companies, and you realize there are no production companies in Compton. I think there's one in Los Angeles, maybe two. I'm talking about big production companies. I ain't talking about small shit. So what I'm saying to say that is the industry in LA is in Van Nuys, the Valley. Let's just say the Valley, Hollywood, and Beverly Hills. That's where the industry is. So I really don't work outside of the industry. I stay where I'm the fuck supposed to be at in the industry. So where I have problems is because my management for the last like what 5 years now, we've been so concerned with the advertising on Facebook and Instagram, which is cool. But that's more like a billboard for me. I just talk shit and you get to know who I am. I don't get a lot of my business from Facebook and Instagram. Most of my business comes word of mouth because people know what I do. So that's where 80% of my business comes from. And I'm blessed to be able to say that. I don't really have to pass out business cards. I've submitted one resume in the last 5 years. I did it when I was working with Tavis Smiley. Smiley Media. I had to submit a resume. So I haven't been asked for a resume forever. But it was great I did that because I got to specialize my marketing resume and look, man, I'm a bad motherfucker. But it's always a problem when I deal with black artists because I'm black.
Right.
Hey, hook me up, bro. Man, we gonna go far together. You feel me?
Hmm.
Fuck that shit. But see, now I'm not gonna name no names because these are all some of my friends, some people I look up to. But I know guys gigging. I know black marketers, black executives gigging. So that's the reason why I did the podcast. I said, okay, I'll show you motherfuckers what $110,000 minimum looks like a year, because that's what marketing is worth. If I'm working for under 10.5 a month, that's not traditional marketing. If you're not spending at least 5 bands a month on marketing, you're not doing shit. So the reason why I said, Biz, let's do this podcast, bro. Me and you can blow this shit up together. Is because I know Biz. I know how smart he is. I know he's a great musician, and we can kick some ass. And then when we kick ass, all my friends and family that didn't want to pay me $5,000 a month when I was charging 5 bands. Well, that was before I got the Truth record sold. That was before I got this podcast with Biz popping. My ninja, you can't do business with me for under 10. See, that just puts you in a different marketplace. And what I was always told by my mentors in this game, you have to value yourself and put value on that. So based on I know most black artists won't pay me, I don't even advertise to them. I talk to black artists when they call that Google Voice number and they get my secretaries in Beverly Hills, or they get my email team. And 9 times out of 10, you're not even going to talk to me. You're going to get an email intake sheet, and we're going to go from there. We're going to qualify you to see if you're even qualified. So this conversation that Biz brought up is something that changed my career in like 2014. Because I believe 2014 is when I went and got the Beverly Hills office. So, and it was because of this. I got tired of my black folks coming at me, and nobody wants to invest. Like at that time, the guy that I was working with, like Biz, he was my radio producer. So what that meant for me is when I went to him, Biz is Biz is being nice, because Biz should be way more than 225, 250 a song, man. Like, you came to us because you knew we could get you on radio. Our price was our price, but we had songs on the radio at the time. So it's like I began to see everybody that was coming to me wanted the brother. I called it the brother man hookup. And I was getting sick of that shit. I was trying to change my voice on the phone, trying to sound white, trying to sound a different race. Shit wasn't working, man. I got nigga all up in my nostrils. So I couldn't get all of this nasal shit out. So I said, you know what? I am what I am. I'm experienced. I'm a black man. Motherfuckers don't want to respect what I bring to the table. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So when they say, okay, black artists don't invest, but white artists do, who is winning? The fucking artist that's investing, I don't care who they are, black, white, Chinese, every artist is winning. Everybody's so fucking mad at Truth right now. All the LAs, calm the fuck down. Let me say that. Calm the fuck down. Truth is winning because Truth invests in himself. And that's a black man, but he's a businessman. But it doesn't matter to me if you're black, if you're white. What I'm saying is artists who invest in themselves. Because I work with any Truth,
Money's green. Money's green. We see money.
money is green.
Yeah, we
If
see
you're
green. We don't see black and white. We're
you
just giving you the facts that some people pay and some don't.
Some people pay and some don't, man. But that is crazy how Biz brought that up, because that is kind of like one of the backstories that kind of changed my career. And nobody knew why I went to Beverly Hills. But that's why. Because most of my clients at that time were in Inglewood, Compton, Watts, Long Beach. Niggas ain't driving that far.
Mm.
So if you driving off the 405 freeway to Wilshire Boulevard, you know, nigga, you ain't driving for free. So that's really why my black ass moved to Beverly Hills, my business, because of what we're talking about. I didn't care what you were, but if you were a homie and you had to come to my office to meet me in Beverly Hills, nigga, you knew you wasn't coming for free. So Biz just exposed me, well, in a good way, because I like to, Biz brought up some shit I normally just don't talk about, but it's what we go through, man. We go through that. I got a lot of family that do music, man. I don't deal with none of them. If you look at my recent call list, you're gonna see Todd Smith in there, you're gonna see Biz, you're gonna see my wife, You're gonna see people I'm working with, Truth, my lawyer. You hardly see any of my homies anymore. The niggas don't want to pay me because I look like them, and that's so fucking stupid. But I'm talking about fallout type of shit. Like niggas is mad at me right now. Niggas, I'm talking about motherfuckers is in their feelings right now. So that's just some real shit. I'm glad Biz exposed that and brought that out because in LA, I don't know about everywhere else, but in LA, us black producers, us black executives, people, us black marketers, people like Biz and myself, we deal with that shit, man. That's why my phone is so like constricted on who I talk to. That's the reason why you got to talk to my management team, my operational management team. People Todd don't even know who the fuck he is because since day one we've been on the phone together. But I got a whole lot of motherfuckers that keep fuckers away from me. You know, all I gotta do is read the intake. Okay, what services and what's the budget? I don't have to do nothing else but read the intake. It's a lot of that keep people away from me, man, and that's the reason why. Um, Never thought I would ever have the balls to really say that publicly. But Biz, my guy, I bless you for that shit. Cause you one of the realest motherfuckers I know, man. And you don't give a fuck. That's why I fuck with Biz, though, to be honest, man, because Biz will fuck whether you like what he's saying or not. He gonna say what he's gonna say. And I respect the fuck out of that shit. I wish his volume was working. Cause I know he over here burning up, he going out the show, in the show, out the show.
He's got some shit to say. He just can't say it. He can't say it. Hey, God said not today, Biz.
Hey, for real, God said not today, you motherfucker. Not today.
we ain't trying to piss everybody off.
Hey, for real, because Biz finna come on the Westcoast Heavies podcast and piss everybody off even more.
Yeah.
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Right.
Y'all do it, man.
But that's some real shit, though. I mean, I'll give it. I mean, I don't like to do the race bait and shit. You know what I mean? But I'd say probably about 80% of the black artists that approach me to work want it done for free or cheap. And then when contracts are brought up, they
all right, I'm back.
The wayside.
All right, now you were saying a bunch of gems, and you're right. I don't like being nice all the time. I like poking the bear a little bit.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I like poking the bear a little bit, even though I know the bear could be a big beast. You know what I mean? Even though I know it's not highly likable, right? When we have these type of conversations, you know what I mean? Like
popular opinion, man.
I said it earlier. Black artists. I ain't gonna say all black artists.
Nah.
But there's a huge lump sum of the motherfuckers that will not invest into their craft with someone who actually does it religiously. You gotta have a motherfucking platinum hit or fucking on the baddest chick in the game to even get cats to even recognize that you are. Like, why does the aesthetics have to sell? You get what I mean? Why can't you learn from the person's expertise and look at his resume or her resume and say, you know what? They're credible. I can see in the data that they're credible in what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They get paid for what they're doing.
I'd be
Right?
curious.
But when I go holler at one of my Caucasian artists, Latino, whatever race you want to think of, it ain't no fucking problem. They'll send the money. Hey, yo, Biz, do what you do, bro. I ain't even sweating it, Biz. Do what you do, my nigga. Don't call me when Biz, call me. Hit me when the record is done. That's what I get. Hit me when send the record to me when it's done. I ain't tripping. I know you're going to do your shit. Because at the end of the day, our job as producers or marketers or people who are presenting others, our job is to make sure that the public can be able to digest that in as an appetizer or an entree. Right? And that comes with sound, that comes with arrangements, production, that comes with songwriting skill. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't have to be the greatest songwriter in the world to make a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do have to do is get with someone who understands the public ear, and you're able to produce that in a way that the public can conceive it, right? For instance, Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy got with who was the producer he had got with?
Cali Park.
Oh man, he
Cali
had
Park.
College Park,
Yeah, yeah. I'm
right?
with. Yeah.
Now when he got with College Park, nigga, the music that he brought to College Park sounded weird. It sounded this. The sound frequencies is all over the place and shit, right? But Soldier Boy produced the beats.
Right.
But who gave it that stamp? Who gave it that signature? Who gave it the umph so that the public, the world can be able to digest it as you crank that budget boy, you, right? Somebody have to give it that umph.
Right.
And you know what's so crazy is that some of the times, I don't know how it is now, but a few years ago, let's say a little further, you couldn't even get you can't even get on nobody's platform unless you had a cosign.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you had a cosign cat to cosign you, then cats was listening to you, right? That's that black shit. You never see that shit happen with the white artist. Never seen that shit happen with the white artist. I ain't never seen it happen in country. I ain't never seen it happen with motherfucking Eminem. You get what I mean? I've never seen that shit. I've
Yep.
never seen where a white artist had to go get, unless it was hip hop, cool, that's a given. But I mean, in the majority of skill, Chris Brown did it, Michael Jackson did. Like all of these cats had to get with other people to co-sign their legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see that with the white artists, not on
So,
a major scale.
here's
Look at
something.
Adele.
Here's
Who
something.
co-signed Adele? I'll wait.
Here's something I see in my city in particular is the artists that are fairly like, those are the guys that everybody knows. They're out here. They're doing stuff. I think that they'll spend on the sound and the creating of music, but they ain't gonna pay for what Jay Adams brings, the marketing and the PR part.
Sorry, my bad.
You're good. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. I
But see
mean,
the
they'll pay for the studio time. They'll pay, for beat leases or, for,
Say some. Okay.
most of the
Okay.
time they
Yeah,
get
that's my
a
auntie.
beat
I'll
by,
wait.
by a producer they work with. But I don't think they want to spend money on the marketing because of social media, and nobody pays attention on social media. One of my artists, Blunt,
My
tells
nigga,
me
you
all the
kill.
time. He tells me all the time. He puts stuff on Facebook. The only people that look at it is family and friends. He puts it on Instagram. He might get one or two interactions, but he puts it on Snapchat with a whole bunch of strangers. He gets a high interaction, but he's still not where he needs to be because he don't hire guys like Jay Adams or just anybody to do marketing and PR for him. But he puts money behind his sound. You got
Okay, I'll tell you this. You know what
that's
you
on
tell him next time? You know what you tell him next time? You say nigga. Well, you might can't say nigga, but you say, bro, look, if you're winning on that platform,
hmm
use that platform.
Oh, he
Don't
is.
try to
Yeah. He
don't
don't
try
try.
to become huge on motherfucking Instagram. If you got 1,000 people that's noticing you on Snapchat,
hmm
you're not getting that from IG, you're not getting that from Facebook or
Right.
YouTube. Stick with IG.
but see
Right.
the
Get
thing,
you a
But
you're
what?
winning Snapchat. This is what I tell artists. If
Right.
you're winning something, it's still something my team can do 100 times better than you could do on that platform. See,
Exactly.
we
That's what I'm saying.
take what you're doing on Snapchat, right, and make you look 100 times bigger than that. There's always types of ways to do it. Like for instance, right? Why would you think at 48 years old, I've been in marketing over 20 years, I've been in music over 26 years, right? I'm
hmm
still learning, right?
Right.
I'm still, what does that say to that artist? I'm still learning. I just learned something last week that just changed entirely how I'm doing my artists in social media now. And I just learned it last week. But these are people who got gold records, you know what I'm saying, in PR and got platinum record campaigns. See, the whole thing of it is the sad part about, especially like where you're at, bro,
Mm-hmm.
is you're surrounded by people who have never gone gold. They signed really, except like DeMarco.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing about this business, like if we want to be successful as companies, and I've been telling all my partners this, I've been telling all my artists this,
Mm-hmm.
we have to get away from people who don't understand the business, bro, and we have to be willing to drop the ass
Mm-hmm.
because it's a waste of time if you are just putting in money into one element of the business. It's like the music being right,
Right.
is a piece of it, bro. It's like there's so much competition now. It's like, how are you gonna stand out from the competition? I mean, I got a guy investing in himself, and we're doing a damn good job. Streams is looking nice 1 week out. You know what I'm saying? 1 week out, we're at like 10,000 plus streams. We were like at 12K on the video. But I want to be 30,000 on the streams and already be at 50,000 on the YouTube. And it's
See,
hard to out, bro. Hold on real quick, because this is the point. And if you're doing that with the team, right? Like you have a marketing team, you have social media, you have PR, and I'm telling you what our numbers are, and we're spending money. What do you think I would waste my time on an artist who ain't spending money? If I'm having a headache with the money we're spending, and I'm trying to figure out how to get more out of this money, I'm trying to figure out from a management standpoint how to not spend more money, but to get more. I want more out of this damn grape juice container. It's hard, is what I'm saying, because there's so much music, man. There's so much lifestyle. There's so much competition. If you're not spending money, I'm getting far the fuck away from you. And that's just where I'm at now as a marketer and music executive, because God has blessed me to actually be in a situation where I'm seeing all cylinders go at once. And I'm seeing even with money. Like I remember when my boy Reza, that's at Rock Nation now, one of my radio promoters. I remember when A Boogie with a hoodie and Country Road were fighting for 1 and 2. They were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We would sit in the office, Reza's office, and we would watch those two songs trade off, right? And he used to be like, man, it's so hard for independence now. And this was 2019. And I was like, why? He said, because he was talking to my independent client at the time who was spending money. He was like, yeah, but you got Yo Gotti who's backing up the Brinks truck every week to radio, and he's spending like 80 racks a week. Come on, man. Where's the calculators? What's 80 times 4? How much money is he spending? So what I'm saying is artists who have not educated themselves and understand they're in a world they're never going to be successful in. And I was telling you the other day, Todd, you can make a great part-time salary, a full-time salary in this business. You never have to be Yo Gotti.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you never have to be on that level, and you can eat in this business, but you're not gonna eat not getting the right team around you. And it's just so
Right.
sad because I had to go to conferences, bro. I had to fly, buy tickets. You can still do that. But artists today don't have no excuse really, bro, because they can learn a lot of this shit on the internet and get access to guys like me. Because I tell everybody, I'll give you the names. Give me $100, and I'll give you the names of some of the guys who are as good as me. Because there's nobody better than me. You might have some guys who weren't the like. I've worked at a lot of companies, and I've been the man next to the man. And back in the days, I didn't really understand. If you work on a record, you qualify for a plaque too. I didn't really understand all of that. I get it now. Lonzo Williams, shout out to the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Westcoast has really taught me that. But my point of it is, I can turn you into guys that got more plaques than me, that got plaques, you know. But there's nobody better than me. But you're gonna find we all charge the same. Some of
Right.
these guys that we do this, some of these guys, man, some of my colleagues are $300 to talk to them for 30 minutes. I got one of my dudes, man, he's $500 for 30 minutes, bro. The cheapest one of my dudes is like 150 to
Mm-hmm.
talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows my, you know what I'm saying? My lawyer, M80 is $500, bro, to talk to. But when you look at the results, see, I'm all about results, man. And that's where I just try not to make it a black and white thing. But
Right.
unfortunately, that's why I'm in Beverly Hills, because I don't deal with this bullshit we're talking about now. because of that. But my point of it is, those are the dudes I deal with, the homies that want the homie hookup. They don't want to pay. I'm not. Why? Somebody actually told me, why would I pay you $300? And I said, you know what? I don't need you to pay me $300 because, hey, number one, I'm not going to invest my time on giving you what I know could feed your family. I'm gonna give you a roadmap that I know if you follow everything on this roadmap, the next 2 years you're gonna begin to see. Like, I got an artist right now that I'm trying to bring to biz because they don't want to pay all. You know, I took them to the studio with all the platinum records. Right here's all these plaques. That's what they pay grade. Okay, they can't afford that. They can't afford 1,500 a record. All right, that's cool. You ain't on the Scooter Braun level. Let's hurry up and get the fuck off the Universal level. But I still got one of my guys that you don't want to be, or you're not.
People ain't coachable because they think they know more about what's going on than you do. And
Okay,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
you still right. Cause I had an artist in the other day, and I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, look, your shit is tight, but it has to. You got to up a level. You got to go up a level, and it's not competable.
Right,
It's good, but it's not competing. You got to compete with all the other fucking females out there. This is a fucking business. You think Charmin is not looking at their competitors?
right,
You fuck right they are. They're
right.
studying. They're competing for the consumer.
Hmm.
You are competing for attention, for the consumer's attention.
Right,
So your sound, vocally, now lyrically, cool. People ain't got to be all crazy lyrical, but how you deliver it is one thing. How it comes across and mixed and mastered is another. How it's presented across the media, how it's promoted. All these certain aspects change you from the fucking. It just makes you separates you from the crowd.
right.
Deals with. It's a business. The mindset has to change amongst artists, man. Really, it has to change. What
Yeah,
are
but
people saying?
yeah, I
And
also
what?
think a lot of
Go ahead.
artists look at man, I'm paying Biz 200 to mix and master my shit. You know how much weed that could get me? You know how many bottles that could get me? You know what I mean?
Cool.
You
Hey,
know,
I tell them,
yeah,
cool.
you
Get
know
the
what
fuck
I'm
out of
saying
my
though. I
office.
mean, I think that's the mentality a lot of artists have too. Is man, if I pay for this, then I ain't gonna be able to get this over here. You know what I mean? So I think that has to change too. Either you want to do music or you want to smoke weed and get drunk all the time. You know
Hey,
what
hey, Todd, I'll help him out, Todd. I'll be like, look, I take installments. You know what I mean? I got payment. There's a payment plan you could do.
I
So
mean?
it
Right.
ain't like you got to.
But it's a mentality though, man. We're getting away from that. I mean, the point of it is, it's a mentality. Like I think, kind of like what Biz said a little bit earlier. Kind of like you have to be able to do what I did last night, man. You have to be a good interviewer. You have to
Right.
be a good. You can't. We cannot. I can't. I cannot waste my time with an artist. Like when I ask you what your 0 to 6 month goals are, it's the reason why I'm asking you that,
Hmm.
because I want to know if you're willing to
Mm,
sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking you what your 0 to 6 month goals is. I'm listening to you. So if you tell me
mm,
person financing, this person wants to be involved. Well, who's the first person I'm finna call then? I'm finna call Biz and get your record right. I'm gonna get you one record. I'm gonna get your record right. Because I've already asked you, and I'm the interviewer. So we gotta be good interviewers. I'm interviewing, I'm asking you these questions for a reason. I wanna ask, and then I'm asking, okay, what do you do with your free time? You know,
Hmm.
how much time do you have to put into this? The only reason I'm asking them questions is, man, because I want to know, am I wasting my time? Because my time is valuable. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, that just comes from, that just comes from learning. Because just like the R&B singer we was dealing with, Todd, I didn't make her go through no crazy interview. It was a homie recommended,
Hmm.
had me meet her at her job. Okay, I felt she was cool, but she even changed how I deal with artists. Why? Because you can't call me once every month, once
Right.
every you ain't that busy. So it's all about questioning an artist, and finding out where they are. Like this questionnaire is, why do musicians stay stuck in their career? And I
They
think for
they
me,
they, they stay stuck because they're stuck. They're stuck in the same mentality. They don't want to listen to somebody that knows what they don't want to pay attention to somebody that knows what they're doing. If they would listen to somebody who knows more about music business than they know, then they wouldn't be stuck. If they came out of their pocket and decided, hey, maybe I don't need Jordans this year, the new Jordans when they come out. Maybe I don't need that blunt. Maybe I don't need that bottle. Maybe I don't need to be in the club the next month or two. You know what I mean? Maybe I can skip that extra meal at McDonald's. You know, it's all about choices, man, and they're making poor choices is why they're stuck. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, those are the exact reasons why a lot of artists are stuck, but a lot of it has to do with mental and a lot of it has to do where they place their finances. They'd rather
Yeah,
have
I think
other
I think
stuff.
I think that has a big lot to do with it. I think that has a big impact because as an artist, man, if you've never been there, right, then how do
Right,
you know? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's like I like to tell people, there's all types of ways to do this, right? Like I was telling a potential client last night, you only hire me because I know how to get there faster than you. That's it.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, it's many routes. It's many
Right,
routes to business. There's many people to work with. Me,
right.
you hire because this is chess for me. I'm gonna go boom, 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 checkmate. Okay, so that's what I spent 26 years being able to do. Checkmate. So a lot of times the decisions you make as an artist, like I tell people all the time, the singer I talked to last night was 21. I said,
Hmm.
you damn almost old in this game.
Hmm.
Doing 4 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was
Yeah.
like, you don't here. You know what I'm saying? You need to make a decision to hire me now. Because you don't
Right.
have a
You
year,
don't
you're gonna
got
be
time.
20. You
You
don't
ain't
have
got
no time. 21 already.
right.
What them girls is doing, how long is it going how long you gonna be able to before you could dance like some of these girls on stage? Cause see, you gotta realize, bro, a lot of things in the business is being said right now, especially about musicians,
Hmm.
artists on stages, their stage performance is really starting to suck and it's starting to show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Preparation ain't there. I saw Jocelyn Hernandez today on I think Instagram or something. She was in the studio with what? A choreographer. Like all that shit costs money. So it's a lot of things you got to do in this business. Like Biz said it great, man. You got to be able to compete. Like that's a great ass man. That's a great ass addition to any conversation. It's like your music is great. You can sing, but it's not competitive right now, and that speaks volumes because at the end of the day, it's so much competition out there, man.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But we'll think of it like this, Jay. I mean, just we'll just take R&B singers. All right. So a lot of R&B singers will look at, man, well, Mary J's still doing it, J Lo's still doing it. Are they though? I mean, not that they're not out here performing and stuff, but they're performing their hits from when they were young, and they established a fan base. So they went through the preparation. So to me, like especially R&B, because the stage performance has got to be on point. It's like going to acting school. You're paying for the vocal lessons to learn how to sing right on stage. You're paying for the choreography. You're doing all the extra steps, which is why that girl don't have time to wait. Is you got these extra steps you got to do to be a professional R&B singer. Just because you got a little bit of lungs in you, don't make you an R&B singer. It just makes you a singer. Anybody can sing in the bathtub and sound good. Uh, it's putting in the work. It's doing stuff like that. That's why they like to get these artists young. They get them young while they still look good. They get them on stage, and they maximize on the sex appeal, especially on the R&B side with the women. Think of all the R&B artists that there were that didn't last long, like the Brandies of the world, the Mayas. You can go down the list. There's a whole bunch of them that came out with an album or two. The Ashantis, they're not really popping like they used to be because they're older. You know.
Yeah. Hey, but that's fact. But see, like you said though, they maximize and kind of like shout out to can't really see this, man. It's small on my screen, but Simon, man, and like he said, that was a great comment, though. Okay, higher is the key word. People don't want to pay for quality these days, and see, that's the thing. Like Ashanti, she got picked up. Very fortunate. Late artists are not getting picked up by labels today like they were back in the day when they were young. The Bow Wows, where you were developed, child stars. You know what I mean? So it's just like today, it's very different, man. Man, Simon, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you shouting us out.
Yep. Thanks, Simon.
Is man is like if you're not willing to hire, I hire people like my artist. Truth said something very beautiful the other day. It's one thing you got to know about Truth. As Jay,
I got one for you. I got a question for you guys right after this. I got a huge question right after this, but I just want to
all right.
know that. Go ahead.
But on Simon's point, Truth likes to say I like to hire people who can't do what I could do, and I think
Great.
that that's true because that's how I am. I hire people who can't do what I can do what I can't do, or they can do it faster.
Right.
Because my thing of it is, I want to get there faster. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So when I, so when you say hire, that is the key word because if you hire me,
UK, come back, bro. See, thank you for coming in, man. Appreciate you, man. That's a long time tribe member right there, boy. Day one. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. So that was just my thing, man. I wanted to comment on his comment, man. I appreciate that coming in, man, because that's real. That is the key word, and that's why I was like telling Biz. I even got my lawyer who'll do it. It's like, see, one thing about me, man, is God has blessed me to be around people of value.
Right.
And I've always, man, maybe when I didn't know what I was doing when I was an artist, going around getting everybody's business card. But when I used to go to all these conferences, man, and I don't think I knew what I was doing back then, but God was preparing me for this day because I'm a great networker. Like I've always wanted to know who was in the building. You know what I mean? So it's like now I got my lawyer who jump on the StreamYard with us when he got time every now and then. He's very busy. I got my other attorney M80 who'll jump in. And see, like I was telling Biz, man, like the reason why this is free game Sundays for me is because like, okay, if we jump on an IG live or something and we're talking, it's like we have to do more of a better job, I feel, in Los Angeles and wherever. Cause I got friends in music that's in Atlanta, Florida, Cheeky's out there, and I got some labels out there in Miami. So we got to do a better job of doing what we're doing right now, which is, I mean, this is education. We're educating. Can't make artists do anything. You take a horse to water, you can't make him drink.
That's
But
right.
one of
To
my
set that mindset, man. This
is
mindset.
like when I talk to most artists, bro, they don't even. I don't. I mean, I don't know how you be in the music business and you don't have an entertainment attorney. I have two of them, and
Does
they're
that shit
friends.
cost?
It's on.
Niggas
It's a
can't keep up that budget.
yeah, but it's all about how you build your. But you gotta feel like I couldn't imagine. Like I told Todd last week, I can't imagine doing music business without a lawyer. So I can't sympathize with that because I don't understand. That's a
Yeah.
budget you like when I do my contracts. That's why I'm so careful on who I sign because my contracts cost me $350 an hour. When I sign an artist, I paid for that contract. That shit was not on Rocket Lawyer because I have that too. Because I am a paralegal, so I do have a legal mind. You know what I mean? So I use paralegal because my lawyers have taught me. I've learned so much. I only need my attorney when it comes down to I just don't understand. Like this new primary artist shit that I've been talking to you about, Todd. That
Right.
stuff is changing life though. But I'm still learning. I'm paying for this education. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, all I'm saying is I don't know how you're gonna be successful in this and you're not investing in this business. Like I have a friend of mine makes a shit ton of money
Well,
and he puts money into everything but his damn studio, promoting his studio. And I'm like, bro, you was just in Big Bear skiing. You was just over here at this resort. Like my ninja, when you gonna take some of that money and put it behind your business versus you always talking about me? Oh man, you don't never go nowhere. I do go places. I travel, but most times when I travel, it is about the music business. Cause that's just what I choose to do. That's my life. I don't understand how you can have a business and I ain't saying you got to put all your money. and all your free money and all your disposable income and all your disposable time into it. But when I was trying to establish myself successfully, that is what I did. I invested everything I had into my brand, and I just don't understand. I just don't. I will never get it. It will be explained to me. I will never get it. This has been a great conversation, but I just don't understand not investing into your career. I'm never gonna understand that. I don't get it. We're on the information highway today. I don't understand that, man. It's if there's things I'm running into that I don't understand.
Right.
Spotify, I know artists who have had their songs taken down, and I want to understand why. I understand Spotify now. It's the mafia. You have to play with them the right way. It's the mafia. But
Right.
if
I give
I'm
you one.
figuring out things, what was you saying, Biz?
I said I give you something. This is why this is why I'm bringing up these questions from our last pod. Um, Look, this question right here. Well, it's actually a statement. It says people don't like your music because they don't know you. That's why you suck. That's why your music sucks. So it's pretty much people don't like your music because they don't know you. And I think that's why their music suck. I brought this up on the last podcast, and I kind of broke it down with saying like, okay, it's not that your music sucks. It's just
Right.
that you're selling it to the wrong crowd, and
Right.
that's why it sucks.
Or you're not selling it. Period.
Or you're not selling it. Period. You get what I mean? So
Right.
you automatically confirming that your music suck. Now, I'm not saying that, we're not saying that it actually sucks or like you just don't know music. But what it's saying is that if you're the only, like I like that. Todd said it great. If you're the only, I'm just breaking it down. If you're the only one able to hear your music
Right.
and nobody else, or just a homie, or just your girl or your man, you know what I mean? Just a few people,
Hmm.
they're gonna automatically say it's good, or they may be real like, okay, cool, but they're gonna automatically like it. That's
Right.
bias. That's not a real actual notion of, can this music sell? Can I pay my bills on this? And am I selling to the right market of people? I always say whoever you're writing or whatever you're writing in that song, that's who you sell to. That's why you see Sexy Red sell her music to a certain type of crowd.
Hmm.
And you see Taylor Swift sell her music to a certain type of crowd. Now, we're not saying that project bitches don't listen to Taylor Swift. Nobody's saying that. But on the run of a day, Taylor Swift is not marketing to project people or to hood shit. She's not. I'm being very blunt and elementary with the talking, you know what I mean, with the words I'm using. But you kind of got to bring it down to a third, fourth grade level, so people can kind of really understand what you're saying and your theory on it. And that's what in my experience of 20 some odd years as a live performer, an actual recording artist who actually does it, I don't. The reason why I'm so advocate about it, and I'm so like, I beat it down the backs of fucking artists to get them to understand that your mindset has to fucking change. You're performing at the wrong venue. You're playing the wrong music. You
Mm-hmm.
can't do what if as a certain point, music is an expression. It's like a painter. That's why it's called an artist. It's an
Yep.
artist. It's
Then.
art, and it's your art. But if I took Picasso's picture and I take that picture and just alternate it, is it original?
Nah,
Fuck
they,
no. It's
Right.
Picasso shit. You just threw another color on it. What the fuck?
Right.
That's the whole point. I'm like, you have to be an artist. There's a difference between Mozart and Beethoven.
And
There's a difference.
another reason why guys like us are important, because a lot of these artists don't know their crowd. That's what we're paid to know, is who your crowd is. If you can't figure it out for yourself, that's what we're for. A lot of these artists will get on the Spotify playlists and or radio, send stuff out to radio themselves, and they're sending it to rock stations, but they're doing rap. They're not sending it to the right places, or they send it to a top 40 station when they're not top 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's why people music suck because they're not marketing to the right person and they don't understand the real structure of how the business should be able to move to consistently make more money amongst their audience who they're selling to. But I digress. What's good, Simon?
Yo, thanks for having me up. Appreciate you. Piece of the panel. No, so I like to get in on these music conversations. So,
Right.
but I do really appreciate you pulling them up because I don't really see it much, to be honest. Um, and also sort of people that are seasoned, like who have actually had experience. Like what you were saying is true. People come up at different times, though. I mean, this generation, like the guy you was talking about, young boy, he's incarcerated, right?
Right. All type
Um,
of shit. Yeah.
yeah, so it's also your backstory and how you deliver, because I think these days people want to see that you are the artist that you are. The generation I come from is a bit different, but I've never been incarcerated, so I can't really speak on that. But I did hang around a bunch of artists that did, and again, their outcome was kind of different. Also depends on what you do. Are you the producer? Are you the as you said, the painter? Meaning, like, you might just be the singer. You might be in a band, or you might play an instrument. There's lots of different components to it. Um, and also what kind of genre you're sort of attacking. I don't really see in it from my perspective. I haven't really seen the game change at all. I just see people trying to change the game, and but for a lot of the time, um, they do have people to guide them and use their strengths to their advantages, which especially in this modern day and age, with the contracts that are being laid out and things like that, like these 360 deals, and it's a bit different, but it is what it is because we've got all these other like platforms that you can go to, and a lot of artists don't really need labels as such, but
And then
this whole time, good point. Jay Adams has you don't sign those contracts if you got an attorney. You don't. It just comes down to where the artist either is trying to do everything themselves, they don't have the right people around them, and they don't understand how a label generates money and how they generate their own money. So when it comes down to a label deal, an artist will go into it, and let's say a standard deal is 80-20, label gets 80, you get 20 type deal. Just for sake of argument, and they give you an advance of $1 million. That artist don't realize that they don't get no money until the label recoups that, and they don't recoup it straight out the bat like a normal. Hey, the first million's ours. Yeah, the first million's theirs, but they're going to recoup that out of your 20% for, you know what I mean. So they're
and
they're
hold that
taking
thought.
their 80, and then your 20%'s paying off that million.
Trustworthy thing, right?
Well,
So we
like
know that getting this money, we got to be able to set it up in a financial literacy form, so we could be able to not trip if the label's like, well, we didn't make our money back, so we can't give you a check right now, right? But you already got a fucking 500 to $1 million coming in from other revenue.
well, yeah, that. Well, they don't like you said, it's financial literacy, and a lot of us don't get that growing up. We get $1 million, we going crazy. You know what I mean? We don't realize that $1 million is to set your album up, pay for everything that's involved with that, on top of some other things you got to do. But these guys go out, they get the big car, they get the big house, they get the jewelry, they get the clothes, they go to the club, strip club. They're blowing racks at the strip club. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing financially. On that's that end. But a lot of them
So
have
you
no
can't feel
literacy.
sorry for them.
Well, no, I don't feel sorry for them at all. I'm just saying
Just like football players, they
that's
go
a
through that
lack of
same shit.
leadership. That's a lack of leadership. That's a lack of
Yep.
people being around them that know these things and explain these things to them. I want to say, who was it? I saw an interview not too long ago. I want to say it was one of the girl rappers, maybe Megan Thee Stallion or somebody like that. And I'm just throwing that name out there. It may not be who it is. And they were talking about, well, the label was only trying to give me X amount of money. And then I think it was a Vlad interview too, and he was like, "Well, that's a loan, right?" And you could
Oh, you
tell,
talking about I think it was Sexy Red or some shit. Yeah.
somebody, and you could just tell by the expression on their face that they had no clue
Oh
what.
no, it's the chick from New York. Yeah, it's that
Oh
chick
yeah,
from
yeah,
New
yeah.
York.
The chick with the lip.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't think of her name offhand, but yeah, that's exactly the interview I'm talking about. She had
yeah.
no clue that was a loan.
How to understand how to change your mindset on selling to your audience. Because you're already there. You just need to go to the left a little bit or go to the right a little bit. And now you in your pocket. And that's how you build a cult following.
Mm. More. I would say I don't know. From my experience, I went through when I was setting up my first business. I had um I had an issue trying to work out how much I should charge people for a workshop, and I went through this whole damn thing with many consultants, like just trying to work it out. Because at the time I was very busy, I couldn't work it out in my head. But so
Each
how did you did is it because like you had customers come to you and did spend that money, like, and then you went, okay, this is my target audience, or is it something that you just figured out from the?
No, bro, I'm telling you, the market said it.
Mm-hmm.
The market would tell you what your price value is. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I mean. Shit, the value is there. I could have sold the shirts at $80 a pop. They would have bought it because the experience that they got was like them going to a major concert and spending $100 for a T-shirt. That's what it felt like to them.
Well, it
So the
was to them.
fact that,
That's the thing.
so, huh?
It was a major concert to them. I've
Right.
been yeah, I've been in that situation. It's just you know.
And so I do things strategically. Like I strategize heavily. I look at the town I'm going in, I look at the demographic, I look at the age group, I look at who's going out to more venues, I look at what they're listening to, what the top music that's in that area. You get what I mean? Like I literally study that area before I go in there. So when I do go in there, I know how I'm selling it, I know who I'm talking to, I know how to maneuver. And literally, I do that with every fucking state that I will go to, or every city or town or whatever. That's strategizing. You can literally come up $250,000 just doing that. People think they need 1,000 people at their show, nigga. No, you don't. You just
No.
need to set a price margin. I would say at least if you had 100 people, like nowadays, because inflation is crazy. So I would say 100 people, right? And if I'm just saying off of my price, 100 people, you can see $2,500 from 100 people in merch sales. We're not saying the show paying you. We're just talking merch sales. And
Yo,
if
do
you
you know?
did that 10 nights, 10 nights, 2,500 a night for 10 nights, that's 25K. You killing, bro.
Do you, do you know 85 South?
Yeah, 85. Yeah, yeah. With Chico Beans, Carlos
Yeah.
Miller, and DC Youngfly.
Yeah. I think their model is, because you know how Carlos came through comedy and stuff, and he was doing the circuit. He was doing like, Chitlin circuit and all the rest of it. And then they
Yep, that's a
decided
great
to
way.
band
Yep,
together,
that's
and
a great point.
they
That's a
they
great
stuck
point.
they put their heads together and then like put a
Yep,
little thing together and they just
yep.
stuck with it, and it was just like, I
Facts.
think that's another thing. You need people, you need the right people around you. If you
Right.
get a couple of heads around you and you stick to something that you've agreed with, that's another way as a good entry point into the industry that have a lasting legacy for whatever project it is. And you can still do your own thing, but I think a lot of people get disbanded quite easily you know, because if you're doing it by yourself, it can become quite an isolated thing when you're staying in the hotel rooms and all the rest of it by yourself and doing all the traveling, and then you have to figure stuff out. You might have people on the phone or whatever. But I think like I would say like especially like now it's very very important to sort of like knock heads with a couple of good people because you know for one they're hard to find, and for two, you know, not a lot of people know how to make money, and for three, everyone's on their own thing. So it's like if you can actually really realistically knock heads with a couple of good people and say, "Yo, we're just gonna do this as a band thing." It
Hey
doesn't need to
Simon,
be.
I give you this. All you need is
Mm.
3 people. All you need
Yes,
is 3 people. Really.
fact.
Take them on the road. Say, yo, I'm pay you a couple dollars a day. You know what I mean? Some cats would be cool enough that they'll do the whole thing and just like, nah, you ain't gotta pay me on the next tour or something. I'm just rolling. I'll just handle everything, learn all the ropes type shit. And to me, I think those are best. The people who are willing to learn because you guys can grow and they can grow. Right? They can know more other shit in it. That's what I like, but that generally doesn't come across as I mean, as likely. So, but the whole point is like, you know, you do want to have those good people around you, and 3 to 3 people, 2 to 3 people, is like good. You know what I mean? I saw a guy manage a whole fucking sold out American and a Canada tour at home. You know what I mean? And it was just a band on the road, and we were just going to all our spots. We knew our hotels, we knew where we were going, we knew the directions. That was it. Once we had that, it was just, and I received my check direct deposit. It wasn't no cash. It came, my taxes was taken out like a legit company. And these are things like once I saw that, I was like, this is how the game is played. It's not played because there's a shit circuit, right? Where you go through all the shit, you know what I mean? But then when you see this like this life that niggas want, you like, damn. I see, bro. I mean, every hotel is beautiful. You know what I mean? You get per diems every day. You know,
Mm,
you get to be in a nice, extravagant place every day, right? And you get perks. Like people know you because you're with this high level person, and so you get into different rooms. Like it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. And the pay, I got paid fucking great to just go out and play tour. I mean, go out and a feature tour with this guy, right? I got paid fucking awesome, but I understood how to run a business like a company and not like a personal person who's in the business, right? It's totally different. And
One
that's
thing,
what I really understood. Like, you only need a couple people, you know what I mean? You don't need everybody and their grandma to come in, try to like help run your shit, you know what I mean? You just
right?
need a few people and you be straight. You know, a few people you trust who's willing to learn the game, but you know what I mean? Because the game changes. So you can't watch everything. You know what I mean? You got to focus on giving a good show. You know, you got to focus on writing good music. You know,
yeah.
I like when Jay Adams would tell, like, he'd be like, look, bro, all I want you to do is work on great music. That's your job. You should be worrying about that. That's the only thing you should be caring about, writing good music. And that's true, you know, because you're the artist. That's the whole product right there.
Right.
That's the product of who we selling to this target audience who are buying this and coming out to venues. Because your target audience will pay tickets to come out to your show, and you don't need 1,000 people. You get you 50 to 100 people in 10 states. I mean, you're gonna make some real good money. You know what I mean? Over at least over 20 bands. You could do that within 10 days. You know what I mean? You could do that within a half a month. 10 shows in a half a month. You just made over 20 bands, 30 bands.
That's a good playbook for independent artists that aren't, getting necessarily the streams that they like off the bat, but go out there and do these shows, but have your merch set up, have that business going also. And I love that. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's exactly how Mac Miller started doing his stuff. You know what I mean? You saw
Yep.
the Mac Miller T-shirts before you even knew who the hell Mac Miller was. You know what
Yep.
I mean? And
Yep.
that's your greatest form of advertising is your
Yep.
T-shirt, your hat, whatever you got going on. That's going to be the best advertisement you got because people are going to
Bro,
see
it's
it
the
and
best.
they're going to
It's
be like,
so the
damn, that
best.
shirt's hot. Where'd you get that at? Oh
Yep.
man, I was at this show. Dude on the shirt. You know what I mean? I was at his
Yep.
show. Then they're gonna try to check your music out. You
Bro,
know?
I end up having like I would have like white girls be sending me fucking videos of them playing the music wearing the t-shirt and shit. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm telling I'm bro, I'm so serious. It's the most amazing thing. You know, once you understand and I know my audience is not just a black audience. I have a very, very diverse audience.
Hmm.
So mostly, you know, Latinos, Asians, and you know, white people mostly. But you know what I mean, it's a very diverse audience. And that's where I'm able to like that's where literally I soar. Like I'm like a, not on that level, but I'm a god to damn near to some of these people when I come into these towns and shit.
Hmm.
You know
the
what I
black,
mean?
the
And
black, the black book.
I, I guess, but I mean, I like meeting the people and being humble. So that's a whole nother aspect of a conversation. But you
Yeah.
know, I mean, that's when I like to know who I'm selling to, get to know who they are, because that's how I know. If I got one of those, I know there's 100 more that's ready to come along. They just haven't found it yet, and that's really all it be. It just they haven't found you yet, and people be getting discouraged in the midst of it, and it's just like, nah, they haven't found you yet. You know what I mean? It's they're gonna find you very soon. You just gotta keep going. You can't stop. You gotta keep going because they're gonna find your music and they're gonna find you and identify with you. And
Yep.
once the
Mhm.
artist is able, and once the consumer is able to identify with you, see, I have people that fell in love with my entertainment,
Hmm.
but then when they hear me speak on just a normal, they're like, "Whoa, I didn't expect that," or "I didn't." Right. So now even though I'll have people coming to my shows who like the entertainment, I also got people coming to the shows because they like the words I speak. They like how, you know what I mean, this other part of it. So you getting two, three different crowds in the same fucking target audience.
See, that's another thing that's important that these artists need to learn is be personable. When you're out there on the road and you're doing these shows, man, be approachable. Talk to these people, learn about them, listen to them. They're gonna listen to you. You know what I mean? Relate to them
Yeah.
a little bit. They're gonna like you a lot more. A person that likes you is gonna share your music a lot more than somebody that hates you will.
Right. Until you find out you got selfish fans. See, my
Yep.
fans are selfish. See, I know it's just crazy because I know them. It's like my fans are selfish. Like they don't want everybody to know about my shit. They like exclusivity. They
They
like to
don't want
feel
you to
like they're
blow
the
up.
only ones, huh?
They don't want you to blow up because they want to feel like,
Well,
well, you know,
they do, they
well, they want
do.
to feel like they're the ones that, you know what I mean? Like you're
Right.
their secret. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Like nobody has this. I'm the only one. Like type shit.
Right.
You need some
And
sound effects, bro.
Nobody knows
Hey,
shit
drop
about
some
this.
bombs out.
Right.
yeah, I'd be
That's
like, man, y'all
it.
selfish. I be telling them like when I go to shows and shit, I be like, man, y'all selfish as a motherfucker. And they be laughing, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, y'all gotta, you know what I mean? If we want this to go big, like, you know, da 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 da, I need y'all to tell people. And they're like, yeah, whatever. We ain't telling them. Like, they'll share the video, you know, they'll share songs and shit, but they like that exclusivity. They love that. And so now once I noticed that, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just play on it. You know what I mean? If they're the ones buying it, if they're the ones consistently showing up, I'm gonna sell to the market. Fuck trying to sell to everybody else. Now all the other stuff becomes marketing where you get some outside fans who end up finding out about it and pulling up. That's that whole statement I made earlier about staying in the game. They're gonna find you. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have this exclusive crowd who just only likes you. They don't want everybody to know who you are because now the world is able to now they can't really get that intimacy like they want. Right? You know what I mean? So it's really kind of a tug and war type of essence, which this is on a total advancement. Like when you get like you gotta go through some shit to get to where I'm talking about. But you know what I mean, once you really I like kind of go through some it's a tug of war. Your fans will love you and they don't, you know, they don't. That's why certain fans would be like, ah, they got too big now. I don't really like them no more. I
But
would hear that from
Well,
people.
you
I
could do
think that
something with that.
happens a lot. That happens a lot to artists when they get unaccessible. You know what I mean? When you're
Yep.
not, when they can't touch you no more, they don't like you no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those
Mm-hmm.
fans,
You
the
could
fans
provide
you're
some
talking
sort of
about are like that. You
exclusive, like something on the side for
Yeah,
them.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I do. I do. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I just start playing to that crowd. But there's going to come the day where they're going to lose that. And then
Right.
I got to be comfortable and be aware of the consequences that's going to come behind that or the backlash. Right.
Right.
And it may be small. It might not be crazy, but
Right.
We got some really good examples though. I mean, like, Kevin Hart. He's. I remember like his first stand up, um, and like where he's at now. So I
I,
don't think anyone could have predicted that. But
I got to think.
again, you off? You say you gotta go?
No, 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 no.
Oh, I come
Hey,
back to this thing.
I'll be on tonight, later on tonight. But um, I gotta get. But this definitely been a great conversation. Jay Adams, you a fucking beast. You already know. And I hope everybody that watched this stream hits you up for a consultation and what I mean, get that advice that they really need to do to keep moving on and
You know,
advance their career.
you know what we need to
So,
do, Biz? You know what we need to do? We need to set up a master class.
ooh, ooh,
I agree.
yeah,
I agree. I think that's a
yeah,
really good idea.
they gotta pay for that because
Yeah.
because I be going on rants, man. I just be
Right.
throwing that. Niggas gonna need to keep a pen and paper with me because
Right.
I just be or have a recorder because I just be throwing out shit. And if people don't catch on, then hey man,
No,
y'all can rewind the tape.
people
Right.
are catching on. I was about to come on here and go, yo, you know, I thank you for being born. You get what I'm saying? Because this is the thing that people don't realize. People don't realize certain things, but it's a perseverance. But the thing
Mhm.
is like, without the context, we don't really know what our destiny is. And especially as artists, people could take that for granted. So it's just like we got what certain things. I know I'm going on a rant right now, but I'm just saying thank you, um, you know, West Coast. Thank you, Todd Smith. Thank you, Dirty Harvard.
Oh,
Because at the end of the day, I'm over on another country. You get what I'm
right.
saying? And I'm linked into you guys, and I'm like, you know, the fact that you're even doing what you're doing, you don't have to be doing that at all. You be chilling. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Just
Right.
watching stuff. So it's just like, I think just please persevere because I think there's more of this can mean much more to a lot more people over a period of time. And I come that's why I brought up the whole thing about we need to knock heads and like actually do something because like this YouTube thing is one thing, but I think it could be, there's a lot more that can happen if we actually like knock our heads together and do something. But we'll see. I don't know.
Well, we're working on that, Simon. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Baby steps, but we're looking to take this further and bigger and better. And Biz is working on his end to make things bigger and better. And we're so thankful for Biz and everything that he's brought to the table. We're thankful for people like yourself that tune in and check us out and learn stuff and contribute to the conversations. And man, we're just blessed because if somebody would have told me 5 years ago, hey, you're going to be on this podcast with two dudes out in California you ain't never met before, and a guy out in England, I would have told them they was full of shit. So I'm very blessed and thankful for everything that this has brought me, the opportunities that this has given me, and I just we appreciate everybody for tuning in and making this what it is.